Durbin, and then Murkowski.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to join the dual chorus of thanking all of you in uniform and those who participated in the operations last weekend, and to your families for supporting your decision to serve our country in such an extraordinary way. And secondly, I happen to have an Air Force base in Illinois, Scott Air Force Base, which serves as DoD's global mobility and transporting hub. Very proud of it. There's a 126th Air Guard unit at that base, also interested in KC-46, so let me make a point for the record. We hope you'll give favorable consideration to their application. Mr. Secretary, Elon Musk is a major federal contractor. His company, SpaceX, does a lot of business with the federal government, and there are other companies that he's involved with that are federal contractors. Is that correct?
SpaceX is a major defense contractor.
And they've done some extraordinary things, quality products, there's no question about it. And I've actually, years ago, met with Mr. Musk when he claimed that he could do what we were asking others to do for a fraction of the cost. I don't know how successful he's been in proving that. So it was curious to me when I read that Mr. Musk sat in on your interview with President Trump when you were being considered for the role of Secretary of the Air Force. How did that work?
There were a number of people who sat in an interview, but it was quite clear to me that that the president was executing the interview. He asked all the questions, a great discussion. Then I had a follow-on conversation with just the president, and I'm very proud that he selected me based on my history and our discussion to lead the Department of the Air Force.
Can I stick with that question for a moment? When it came to the questions, you're saying Mr. Musk did not ask questions?
No, Senator, the president asked questions.
Only the president?
President, yeah.
I see, okay. Did you consider that to be unusual, that a major federal contractor would be in the room on your interview with the president for this position?
Senator, I've never been through a nomination process before. I was pretty excited to be in the room with the president. We had a great discussion, so I couldn't speak to anything beyond that.
Thank you.
It was a very technical discussion. And again, I'm just super proud that he honored me with this job.
Thank you. Wish you the best in the job. General Saltzman, if a constituent of mine asks, why would we spend $25 or even $500 billion on Golden Dome, what would be your answer?
The system of systems includes sensors that detect missile warning, which is vital to Homeland Defense. The data transport layer that will underpin Golden Dome is going to be vital for a number of mission functions around the world. And it's that final piece where we try to protect the homeland with interceptors that I think is vital.
And question I might have is whether or not we are trying to defend our satellites in orbit as well.
We are working as hard as we can to make sure that the satellites that we have on orbit that we depend on are as resilient to attack as possible, and then also being able to use counter space capabilities to impose costs on anybody that would try to attack our satellites.
Can you give me a rough estimate of how many satellites we're talking about in your recent description?
That we have to protect, or
yes,
dozens, and growing every year. With the Space Development Agency's proliferated constellation, in the next 2 years we'll put another 300 on orbit, and so there's a growing number of satellites that we have to protect.
And could you identify some basic missions that those satellites are performing on a regular basis?
Nuclear command and control through satellite communications, missile warning. The GPS constellation not only provides precision navigation and timing, but it also, that timing signal is key to economic and financial infrastructure as well as the internet that you use.
That's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
So what about our adversaries? China, Russia?
My biggest concern is that the kill web that we call it, that the PRC has put in place, allows them to track and target at great range the rest of the joint force in all the other domains. They've put a very capable ISR web together on orbit, and if we're going to protect the joint force, we have to be able to mitigate the effects that they're generating by that constellation.
Is that what the Golden Dome is all about?
Well, Golden Dome is more about homeland defense. I have to protect the joint force from space-enabled attack worldwide.
What do we characterize that defense by name?
Space superiority.
That's pretty obvious. That's good. I like that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.